So I ordered this. Well, I didn't order it. I did car audio with the company, and I was a dealer for Alpine, and they had said they were coming out with this sub enclosure more than a year ago. And it's a truck specific sub enclosure. It's modular. You can adjust the width and stuff. And I kind of rebuilt my whole audio system in my truck to sort of demo Alpine stuff. This is before I decided to sell my company. And so it has basically Alpine R series 6x9 components in the front, active on, and then Alpine R series coaxes in the rear. It's active on 2 R series amps. There is an R series sub amp in there, and everything's done by Alpine. I believe it's 16 channel digital signal processor, and run from Alpine Halo 9, which maybe someday I'll put more video once everything's kind of tidied up. But so the last thing I was kind of waiting for is this R series subwoofer enclosure to come out. It should have a nice little place to mount the amp in the middle, and so it should be nice. I figured I would take a video. You guys can kind of see what it is. I ordered it because now I'm not a dealer. I ordered it off of Crutchfield. I had been watching, and they kept having it for like pre-sale, but I didn't really want to spend the money for the pre-sale and have something take like a year to show up. So one night, late at night, about probably Friday or Saturday, I looked online and it said limited quantities or low quantity something. So I was like, uh-oh, I think I'm gonna have to order this. And I ordered it, and then I was like, hopefully they don't get back to me and say that it's back ordered or something, and they didn't. And then I got Monday a shipping confirmation, and just out of curiosity I went back to Alpine's website, and these are back to pre-order status, no stock. So I think the timing was just right. So we're gonna see what we have here. That's cardboard. I don't know if this is a box, and I think this is the whole sub box. Normal Alpine. Uh-oh, what did I do here? We got normal Alpine paperwork, kind of comes with everything. Some assembly instructions. This is, let's see, one second. So this appears to be part of the bracketry that holds the 2 sub enclosures together. More of like the bridging system. Basically it should be like 2 boxes that you bridge together, and that bridge is what sets the width. So got little feet for vehicles with humps. You can adjust the height of the enclosure. So that's what we have there. And then, oh boy. So we have the 2 individual enclosures. Let me see here. Let's set this down. My wife came to help me video so that it didn't have to be a terrible video of me trying to do this all one-handed. Let me open this up and I'll put it on the table. And we'll just kind of look at things. Put this back in here. Oh no, there's the bridge plate for the front that kind of has like the halo styling to it. Sort of matches the radio and the amplifiers and stuff. That's what joined them. So, since my wife has nothing else to do, we're going to read some instructions and put it together. But first, yeah, dog. Let's go ahead and make a little bit of room. So these are the two sub enclosures. They are, you can either get it with Alpine's S series or R series subwoofers. Has some really nice little push terminals here. These are 8 ohm, if I remember right. No, these are 4 ohm. Maybe oh no, they're dual 8 ohm. I don't remember. It's gonna end up 2 ohms. So I think they're dual 8 ohm, vented. So it should be pretty good. Alpine's R series subwoofer or sub amp will put about 750 watts to these, which is right within their rated specs. That's kind of what they're looking for. It's just sort of a well-matched system. I've been enjoying 8-inch subs in quite a few of my vehicles. Here, come sit down, wife. We're gonna look at some instructions. And the dogs are gonna help. I've actually been enjoying the sound of 8-inch subwoofers for a while now. So I pulled out, I had some Audio Frog GB10s, definitely not in the same sort of category as these subwoofers. You know, those are $600 a piece, but they, you know, these should be pretty nice, not on the same level. Originally I had those on an amp that made 1700 watts. I scaled that down to an arc amp that was 1100 watts. Now we're down to 2/8 and 750 watts. So slowly just been scaling things back. So what do we got? We got screws for stacking feet. We got screws here. And all of these I believe are Allen key. Is it really dark on the video? I don't need to be licked right now. Save that for later. Let's see. So I guess they're temporarily installed driver and passenger side enclosures. Remove all screws to prepare assembly. Let's go ahead and do that. You didn't know what you were volunteering for, did you?
I'm gonna quit then.
It's all right. I'll just do this all one-handed. So these are actually threaded like machine screws, which is kind of nice. They unscrew real easy. I'm just loosening them up first. They provide you with the Allen keys. I should go out to the garage and get some fancy Allen wrenches, but we might as well just do this like normal people would. The tools that it comes with. Oh, that one's tight. Okay. And we're just gonna do what the instructions say and loosen all these screws. Part of the reason I wanted to see this is I was kind of assuming that just like a lot of their other stuff, that this would all be very well thought out, very well made. You know, a lot of people don't care much for Alpine, but I really like the products that they've been coming out with. Their R series speakers, you put a little power to them and tune them on a, you know, some good proper tuning. They're a great sounding speaker. The head units have been pretty faultless for me. I've been running this Halo 9 now, probably about 3 years. And it's been, ever since Maestro came out with the MFT1, I went ahead and switched over to the Halo. I was running on the factory radio for a while, and there's just some tuning stuff that was hard to get rid of. You just had to have like extra equipment. I was running a JL fix in front of all of my stuff to try to like correct for the EQing on the signal. And in all reality, I didn't want to do that. Like the more pieces that you add in front of stuff is just not always the best results. It sounded good, but as soon as I got rid of the fix and went to an aftermarket head unit, everything got so much better. Let's see. There's a couple more on the back. I can feel them. But so you had Alpine amps and speakers in your Subaru, didn't you? And a Halo. You had the 9-inch radio? Yeah.
I think so.
The same one that's in my truck. Chloe, you're being super annoying. I know. You want to be on YouTube's. Right. So, that was a lot of screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 screws removed. Step 2. We are going to place them upside down on a flat surface and align the rear link bracket with the supplied screws and washers. Uh-oh. Probably shouldn't have mixed up the screws then. Dang it. Oh, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. There's one thing I'm good at. Oh, these ones have smaller washers, so that might be hard. Upside down and backwards. And that's where this bracket comes into play. So it looks like this bracket is actually adjustable for width. Go. Oh my God, you're a lump today. So this is gonna be the bracket that we're installing here. So this is upside down. Oh look, there's the other screws. I don't know if we're gonna take this out to the truck. I imagine I can just make it as wide as it goes because my truck is pretty wide. I have a 2017 Super Duty, and this should go under the seat if we're doing things as planned. Are you ready to have some bass back in the truck? No, you hate it when I play the stereo loud. So old, wife. So old. I should tell you two how old my wife is. She is of the age that we do not speak. That's how old she is. All right. I'm just gonna get these started here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go the full width because when this is all said and done, there should be enough room for me to mount the amplifier in there. That's part of the reason why I wanted this enclosure is the amps I was running take up a fair amount of room, and so by bringing one down here, it takes one off my back wall and just gives me a little bit more to work with. Okay, so those are just loose for now because we need to see what the instructions say next. See, table 1 for the width adjustments. There's table 1. Table 1. Well, that's actually tableau. It's the French. Table 1, width, max. Inner foot, yes. Outer foot, yes. So, I think that's all of those feet. And we're gonna install the amp tray. This is 2015 plus F-150. That'll also work for 2017 plus Super Duties. All right, so I'm just gonna, I don't think I got that snugged as snug as I want it to be. Dylan here?
No.
Skate park?
No.
Girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, so these are 4 ohm each. So this will be 2 ohm into the amplifier, which amplifier makes 750 at 2 ohm. Okay, using the supplied M5 60 millimeter screws, install the feet as necessary. Oh, my wife has an alarm she has to go with. So, our feet were pre-installed, so I'm not gonna mess with them. If applicable, attach the inner amp tray brackets using the supplied 20 millimeter screws and washers. Amp tray brackets can be trimmed for narrow applications. Amp tray will not be used in some applications. See fitment chart. So that's what those plastic brackets were for. Those are the amp tray brackets. Booyah. Let's see. I'm going to do this one-handed. I'm not going to have to install them and then come back. So that's the amp tray brackets. It looks like you basically are just going to put this here and then screw into it when you're done. So I'll come back in a second after I get these installed. Okay, so I got those brackets screwed in. They just go in the holes that that I pulled screws out of earlier. They actually have like little recessed areas and locators on the amp rack, so you don't have to worry about it not being even. They just kind of drop into place. You'll know when you got it right. So our next step is rotate the assembly right side up. We're going to attach the front link. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Drill and mount. Yeah, I think everything else from here goes into the truck. So let me get it together. Maybe we'll go back out into the truck and go from there. Just wanted to show you this. The bracket is actually on the back side. That's why you have those adjustable slots there. So you remove this cover first, those Allen keys, and they supply you with it. But you remove those and then install the bracket, and then we'll put this cover back on. So actually I just wanted to show a video of it all sort of assembled. The instructions tell you to put this on afterwards, so since the instructions tell you to, maybe it'll make drilling for the amp easier or something. But I'm gonna go ahead and follow the instructions. So I'm gonna go get this in the truck and kind of get everything mounted up. You can see what the finished product looks like. Well, it only took me 2 weeks to put it in. Not really. I actually put it in that night. Started getting dark. Thought it'd be kind of hard to see. So I wanted to wait till it was daytime, and then we ended up going out of town for a little lake trip, kind of spur of the moment. Worked on my boat, and then just really didn't have any opportunity, which is good because after I first put it in, These have, let me see if I can show this. They have these, and they're pretty nice terminals. These like push speaker terminals. There they are. And unfortunately, when I put it in, apparently I didn't seat the speaker wire quite right, and so one of them wasn't working, and I knew it wasn't enough. I was very underwhelmed, and I knew that shouldn't be how it sounds. So let me do something here real quick. I'm surprised you can't just turn this around. So anyways, I knew it was just not quite what it should be. I mean, 2/8 vented. Yeah, it's not gonna wake up the neighbors. Oh, actually, it probably will. But you know, it's nothing super intense. But it should be pretty good output. And like I said, it was a little bit underwhelmed. Went on that trip, had a little bit of free time while I was working on that, and realized that one of the speakers wasn't playing. So figured out just one of the wires wasn't seated quite properly in that push terminal. Got that fixed, and then that woke it up. It sounded really good. Backed the gain down a little bit more, and it's really kind of what I would want in terms of output. I had 2 10s, Audio Frog 10s, GB 10s on about 1700 watts. That was a lot, vented. I scaled that amp down to an ARC 1100. That was still a lot. For a while I ran with nothing, put in a little Audison 8-inch I had in my son's little minivan. Just swapped that over because he wasn't driving the van, and that was definitely better than nothing. And then this kind of got me back to where I don't think I need any more. I can back it down a little bit if I need a little less. And so let me show you, see if I can get you a picture of this. This is what it looks like. Oh, that was the other thing. I didn't want to shoot the video because when I was putting it in, I realized my truck was completely filthy. I hadn't been so busy working, I hadn't really washed it in a while or cleaned the inside. And then after our trip, the dogs went with us, so the box was all covered in hair. Everything was covered in hair. So, but now it's basically, I cleaned it up real quick here, trying to get we're going out of town again, so we're trying to get it ready. And I got a little bit of free time. I'm sort of in between jobs. There's going to be a video on that one, and a little bit here. I have about a week off before I start my new job. But yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea. You got your vents on each side. I'll put the seat down. You can sort of see what it looks like with the seat down. You got the vents. It actually fits really, really good with the seats. No big gaps. It doesn't rub on anything. It doesn't stick out. That was one of the things I didn't like about the Fox Acoustics box I had. I mean, granted it was a lot larger, but it stuck out in the corners right here. This one doesn't stick out at all. Just a really nice little setup. Next up, I got some RG59 cables, some compression ends. Now that I kind of have everything 100% finalized, I got to come back here, and we're gonna, let me see, I'll show you what it looks like back here. I don't think I've ever put on the internet what I'm running right now, but I have the 2 R Series 4 channels. R Series, or the Alpine 850S. I'm probably going to upgrade that, and then this will be like a full high-res capable system. Upgrade it to a little bit nicer high-res signal processor, the 16 channel one, but not for now. But right now, I'm gonna remake the RCA cables. I mean, I probably don't have to, but I already had, I think, 2 of these Stinger ones fail, the Stinger 8000, so kind of annoyed by that. I'll make those. So I actually got a really good deal on this on eBay. Normally this RG59 cable, this is 30 feet. This probably would have been about like $60, but I bought these cables that were already like pre-made. I don't know if they were like made the wrong way or made the wrong size or something, but it has this Belden 1505F. This has a braided core instead of a solid core, so it's like super flexible for RCAs. And I got these two 30-foot cables, so 60 feet for $30. So that was pretty killer price right there. And then these were some, I usually use the snap and seal, the Belden snap and seals, but these compression RCAs were, I don't know if they're like I think they're like an overstock or something, where somebody was closing their business and they looked really nice quality. They showed up, they looked really nice quality. So I'm gonna give those a try, and then just kind of finish everything up. This is the Alpine R2-DB8V-TRK subwoofer enclosure. They also offer it with the S series subs, a little bit lower power handling than the R series. Overall, I can say I think my audio system's finally done. I do have some of the Alpine mid-ranges that maybe, let me see if I can reach them. Maybe down the road, I'll try to figure out how I want to incorporate them. I don't know if I want to do pillar pods again. It's kind of annoying. But maybe something more like flush mounted. Or try to figure out something with the doors. I don't know. Maybe I'll just be happy with the two-way. But overall, truck's complete. I give a good thumbs up for that Alpine enclosure, just for having something that just drop in and goes, looks nice. And 2.8s vented, full-size subs, not slims. Most slims I kind of feel don't have the low end. This definitely has a very solid low end. But yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you later.